All right, good morning, guys. As you know, the 560 project's done. Today is the first day of one of the big first days of spring field work. I'm going to show you guys something here. So we've got the 8310 hooked onto the Lemken with improved GPS. We did get our GPS fixed with a Trimble 372 receiver. Now we're reading more satellites and it's working. So let me show you what's up in the field. We got the fertilizer spreader and 2 tender trucks. They're gonna spread on all of our fields this morning and get them ready to plant. So let's get moving. This boy's ready to go. And down here we got the tractor with the grain drill. It's ready to go. It's just the modem and receiver for the GPS has to be swapped once we're done with tillage, because we have not yet bought a second receiver. We will in the future though. Be getting a second Trimble 372 so we can permanently leave one on each tractor. So this is ready to go. The drill is ready to go. We have the oat seed. We are ready to start planting whenever the fertilizer's been spread and the tillage has been done. And then 7410 is hooked onto our new drag harrow right back there. That is ready to go. Won't be using that for a little while because we gotta get stuff planted first. So that's pretty much it on the planning side of things. That yes, we are in the middle of getting our planter rebuilt. Getting a good amount of that done. Pretty much almost got all the parts here. And I'll let you see more of that when it's done. But right now, let's look at something else. Our new tractor, aka the 686 International, been doing a lot of work to her. She got new front shoes, new tire rods, serviced the engine and transmission. She got wheel weights, LED lights. I just got finished wiring up these back ones. Actual Pioneer hydraulic sockets instead of the International Harvester type that were on this tractor. Just random bolts and sloppy places fixed on this tractor, and she's almost ready to roll. She's a pretty sweet looking tractor, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I believe we're all caught up now on everything that needs to be explained. So yeah. All right, let's get to it. Hey guys, I just got done doing some work on that 686 tractor and the planter, getting stuff done to that, so I'd come out and show you field work has begun, and looks like 372 receiver's working great. So let's turn it around and I'll show you. So this was last year's soybean ground. It's going to be this year's oat ground. This was the field we had all the weed trouble on last year, but yes, he's already done several passes here, getting this ground ready to put some oats in. So this year, yeah, there'll be about 70 acres of oats. The largest of the 3 fields will have the most oats of everything this year. Yesterday they got done spreading fertilizer. The spreader's still over there. They're gonna come get that here soon. But yeah, they went ahead, they spread all of our fields so we can just go ahead and get all field work done in the next year. So we don't have to worry about calling them back. So yeah. But yeah, look at that Lemken tear. It's just blowing through that bean stubble like nothing. A little cloudy. There's some clouds up there and some sprinkles we've got today, but not too wet to keep us out of the field. So then he'll be running drill. Once he gets done with that, I will be running drag on this field. No, I won't chop my toe off this year. We've got a much better drag now. So yeah, that's the agenda for the weekend, to get the oats in a minute's time. And I'm pretty sure I just heard that rock go through the machine. Right there.
That's why there's a compartment on the front of this thing. Put rocks in. And never mind, there's already stuff in there. Alright, well cool. Get these rocks hauled up. Yeah, I'll have to come out here and pick up some rocks. But yeah. So as I explained in an older episode, we are currently doing upgrades to the planter. So let me explain what we've done. So right here we got our new disc coulters. They're used, but they're pretty hardly worn, and we got them for a great price. So, and we got enough to do 4 different changes, so we got plenty. Airbags, new arms for the gauge wheels, and I'll explain in a minute why we're putting new arms on the gauge wheels. Outside the shed here, these are the old closing wheels. We took those off the planter, and I'll explain why in a minute. These are the old downforce. We're replacing those with airbag. Those are spring. That's the traditional old John Deere design. We're gonna try something different, see if we can get some better downforce. All right, so the planter itself, what has been done? So as you can see, we're still waiting on a few parts. We still got quite a bit to do to the planter, but these are the new closing systems made by Fast Track. We got these used, but they're in great shape. We got 6 of them put together working. We got 12 of them, and we got them for a good price. So we had to piece together a few bearings for stock, but we got 6 good. These are Case IH design closing systems. We're trying a different system this year, something that we think will work better. So we're gonna try that this year. We went ahead and we upgraded. So John Deere sells, brand new parallel arms for this, and other companies do too. There's another kit that basically has like a bushing that presses in the arm that rides on a bushing that's mounted to the bolt. It still wears out, and that was what we thought we were gonna have to go with, because we didn't want to go with Deere because those have slop from the factory. So we went with something a little different. This one right here is made by Exactaline Pro. These ones have ball bearings in every single pivot point. So these units, they're rigid. They're solid. They go up and down smoothly. The old ones were very slopped out. So yeah, this thing was ready for rebuild. So that's been replaced. We're doing some fertilizer upgrades. The airbags will be going on here soon. Here's one that's on kind of for a test, but where you got pieces, because these holes up top here, we had those reamed out. We have a machinist reaming those out right now to put press fit bushings to ride on bushings, so that way we can prolong the life on these airbags. We got those used too. So quite a few deals here, but we got what we needed. We got new arms for the gauge wheels, because the old ones, the bushings are worn out and they're greasable. The new ones are non-greasable bearings that will last a lot longer. So yeah, that's currently the status of updates to the planter. Once it's done, we'll show you what the finished product. We're currently trying to get stuff figured out on the V-shots and seed tubes, get those replaced. We have seed tubes. We're just trying to figure out what we're gonna put in for where the frog would typically go, because we're trying to still because we still want to put fertilizer down right there. So yeah, these are right here are known as, for anyone, these are chicken tracker wheels. Normally Case IH would have a big wide rubber tire here that's beveled. This is a little different. So this will kind of mix up the soil and not leave it packed. It'll leave it kind of fluffy to help us with our weed control problem, hopefully. So yeah, we went with that. And then the plan is right in the center of the planter right here. We had one of these tanks, there's 3 of these. We're gonna leave this tank and that tank. And right in the middle of the planter, we're going to be putting in a 300-gallon tank. This one right here. This one used to mount on the front of our 8310. It hasn't in years, it's just kind of sat around. So that is what's gonna go in the center of our planter. Pretty neat. So that is the status of updates to the planter. Here are those extra closing systems that we didn't use. These were the ones we had to we had to go through and part them out a little bit more. But this planter rebuilds, I'm just gonna say they're expensive, but we were able to get the parts we needed for not all, yeah, they weren't all brand new, but we priced them out. It was gonna be quite a bit, and we just don't have enough. We can't justify spending that much money on this planter for the acres that we do with it. You know, we only got 65 acres of corn, 65 acres of soybeans we're doing this year. So it's just, no, it's not worth it. So yeah, that's the updates with the planter. I'll give you guys another update as soon as possible. And oh, one last thing, we had our seed meters get tested and rebuilt. Those are done. We'll be getting those soon. So those will go back on all the seed boxes, back on the planter. So yeah. It's much later in the day. As you can see, he's made a ton of progress on this. I've been back working on some other stuff up there. And decided I'd come back out and see, but this is oh, nice job working that up. Look at that. See that old bean stubble, just chopping it out. There's a lot of corn residue that blew out of that field right over there. So we gotta kind of work that in too. It's not what we want, but it's technically GMO, but it's fine, whatever. We raise non-GMO, so, but whatever, it's fine. But yeah, that's how she's looking, just a little bit more. That's our rock pile over there, rock and crap pile. So yeah, he'll be coming right back down this way. So you can see over here, our rye's looking really good. Plan is we're gonna terminate that, and that's where beans are gonna go. Beans are still quite a ways out from happening, but that's kind of one of the things. Nope, here he comes. They're on the other side of this pass way down there. All right, there he comes. Man, he's moving really fast. Well, that's good. Getting the whole field covered. We'll be ready to put some oats in this weekend. Probably burning through quite a bit of diesel too. The Lemken, that's one thing about the Lemken. She uses a lot of diesel. Gotta love them big premium radial tires. Alright guys, thanks for watching this one. In the next video, we will be planting oats, and he'll be planting oats. I will be running the drag cart, and probably more planter rebuild stuff too. So I'll be keeping up with that. We're waiting on, we gotta get some more parts, and we're getting there. We'll get her done. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.